Say hi.
Hello, Code Improvements.
She's being shy tonight.
Nick Bruni says, hey, 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 what's happening?
What's happening, guys?
Family folks. Fubar.
Fubar! Nikki, it's Fubar. He's going to put a link to your merch.
Does she have merch?
She should have merch.
Oh. Territory says, hello, world. I live my life one Uncle Tony's Sunday live at a time. Wow.
So do I.
Olive. Sunday again, at least I'm on time. That's how I feel, Olive. I'm on time. Are you on time?
No, I'm
Sunday.
late. I'll be here in like 15 minutes.
Bill McKiska, Chris Greenaway, Ford LTD 1976 says greetings from Texas.
Greetings.
Don Myers, greetings from Springfield, Missouri.
So is everything as cold as we are right now?
Mitten Made Muscle, Nico says hello. Mexican Spec.
I bet you he's like in the 80s. And
Oh, I don't know.
what's the weather down there in Mexico, man?
Well, it's warmer than it is here.
For sure. It's about 20 degrees out and it started snowing.
MSR says, hey guys, what's happening? Josh H. Let's see. William Kavanaugh, Danny Boyd, John M, Joe K, Uncle Maggie, yeah.
Uncle Maggie.
So,
see, you're a celebrity. They know who you are.
how is everyone tonight? Freezing? Fox Weidner says it is freezing here, minus 23 wind chill.
Yeah, it's not quite that bad here, but it goes under 40 degrees. Like I told her, she was like, why are you always complaining about the weather? I'm like, if I can't get on a motorcycle and ride comfortably in just a t-shirt, it's way too cold.
You're spoiled.
I am spoiled.
South Farmington says it's minus 45 Celsius here in Alberta. I haven't seen any EVs.
Minus 45 Celsius?
Yeah.
So that's like 15 degrees below, something like that, right? 13 degrees below zero? Oh, God.
This is so very good. Yes.
What did you say?
Let's see. Minus 12, headed for minus 16, Ragtop DLX, ZL1.
So, 10 minutes ago, I was watching TV.
Do I need to move back?
I don't want to be too close. I hate that when it's too close.
Okay.
Like, you know,
Stop.
you see some of those guys, like the YouTubers, and then
No, but please
they're
don't
like
do that.
this.
It's creeping me out. Don't do that. It's creepy.
Yeah, you got to be a good distance from the camera.
All right. Why'd you do that? I hate that. That drives me crazy.
Well, 10 minutes ago, while you were sitting up in here, I had the thing on the TV, and you're like, I don't want to hear that.
Yes.
What was it that triggered you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Again, what is it?
No.
Talk about it.
No.
Get it off your chest. You don't want to talk about it.
No.
Okay, fine.
Let's see. G. Christian says, I love the teaching and mentoring aspects of UTG.
Well, thank you.
Trim your nose hair, John M. says.
It's getting pretty. That's called a mustache.
No. She's not supposed to grow into your mustache.
That's called a mustache.
Oh my goodness. Mexican Spec says, Tony, no, I am way down in the 60s. It is cold.
Oh, you're down in the 60s, are you?
Mm-hmm.
I hope you got your muckalucks on. Here's Winnie. Want to say hi, Winnie? Come here. Come here. Say hi to YouTube. Oh.
What are
Okay.
you doing to her?
I was trying to get her to stand up. She doesn't have the coordination yet.
Oh, she has plenty of coordination.
Well, she couldn't stand up.
What were you trying to do to her? She was
I was just trying to get her to stand up.
Hello, Zero.
Zero, what's happening, brother man?
Let's see. Took a 45-minute walk out in it today. Had to turn my back to the wind and walk backwards to avoid freezing my face for some of it. Fox Weidner. That was the temperature I read.
Oh, jeez, yeah, no.
Minus 45 or
No.
whatever
Why do
it
you
was.
live where the weather hurts?
Yeah, Winnie's getting hard to scoop. Yes, she is. She's heavy.
She's big.
Here,
I hope she doesn't
Tennessee
get
is
much
going
bigger.
to get snow.
Yeah, it started flurrying outside. Everybody's
Snowing now.
rushing to the supermarket to buy their bread and their milk and their eggs. So they got their French toast.
It's okay. Live where air hurts my face. Yeah. I think it was 28 today here.
It had to be in the 20s.
Yeah, it was in the 20s. 28 was the high.
Yeah.
And Winnie was outside and she wanted to play frisbee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't care. She's
No.
good with the weather.
Yeah, she's okay. She likes frisbee. Let's see. Mexican Spec says, my client in Tennessee said he will be snowed in tomorrow. Will you get snow tomorrow?
We're supposed to get like 3 inches or 4 inches or something like that.
3 to 6 inches.
3 to 6 inches. It's okay. Everybody stays home. Everybody stays home. Except for us ex-northerners.
Zero says, wait, there's a 20 degrees? Yeah. Today.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens.
Hey, people in California are soft, I'm sorry. They're a little soft. They have perfect weather all the time.
I need to know why that bothers you so much.
What?
You're going like this. What? Okay.
Your face hurts? Well, it's killing us. Let's see. Okay, can we get another UTG cold start? Scraping the windows and melting the locks with a torch again.
I may have to.
You may have to.
I may have to. Hey, Darla. I'm not going to try to make Darla stand up.
No, she's fat.
Yeah.
She's very heavy.
She's old and
She's like
fat and
50
heavy.
something pounds. She's a beagle. Crazy 77 says it's plenty cold here in Nebraska. Are you done painting the shop yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We're done painting. I put the shelves up. I shot a quick video today. We didn't put it up today. I had to go up tomorrow. But it shows the progress on the shop, you know, as an aside to the actual video.
Cabello Carburado says, what's the best moment for you related to cars? What was the best moment for you?
You mean like in history?
I guess so.
No, I mean
I don't know.
that's a good question. I mean in history or in just like you know like in general or like in my life of cars.
I don't know. That's a broad question.
That's a broad question. That's why it's hard for me to answer that because it's too broad. Get more specific.
Let's see. New Hampshire is now the newest tropical paradise.
Oh, I'm sure.
70% south.
The climate change is working for you, huh?
Need Metal says rainy in West Palm Beach.
The last time this happened, we got a cold snap. I threw Kathy and the dogs in a truck and ran to Florida.
You almost killed us.
I almost
in
killed
that
everybody
truck.
doing
Yeah.
it.
You almost froze to death.
I don't want to acknowledge single digit temperatures. They just don't exist in my world.
Well, that's just ridiculous.
I know it is. I know
That's a
it is.
ridiculous thing to
But
say.
I know it is, but they don't exist in my
Sorry.
world.
Of course it does. It exists.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Same way you don't want to talk about whatever that was. I don't want to talk about the weather, the cold, frozen death.
Sean Fagan, oh, it's Sunday. So Sean Fagan says Florida has aliens at their malls.
Again?
I don't know. It might be the same one.
It's probably the same aliens.
Probably the same ones.
Yeah.
All right, you two. 672 E Galaxy says. Let's not argue about it. All right. Florida has aliens mowing lawns. That's good. That's good.
Who wouldn't want an alien if they were going to mow your lawn? I mean,
Right.
the Greys, that would be a perfect job for them.
You think so?
Yeah.
Single digits are inconvenient for Tony, John M says.
Oh, they're terrible. They're terrible.
It's not that bad.
Anything under 65 degrees is horrible.
You wear clothes. Like,
I don't, but I shouldn't.
You layer.
I don't want to layer.
And it's fine.
I
you
don't-
feel fine. It's
I don't
actually
want-
refreshing.
No, it's
no,
not.
he says.
No. The difference
I
between,
don't mind the cold.
I've said it 1,000 times, the difference between hot weather is if it's too hot, you take it easy, you drink some water, you find some shade, you're good to go. If it's too cold and you stay put, you die. Okay, so like there's the difference. I gotta sneeze.
Oh, you don't die in the heat.
Not usually.
You do.
Oh, okay. Well, look at the tropics are just absolutely teeming with life, everything you can think of. And you go to like Antarctica and there's nothing but aliens.
All right, we're gonna get demonetized again.
I don't care. Hey, let me take care of the dog issue that's happening here. Hey, what is going on?
Okay, what? Yeah. Let's see. That sounds like a motivating factor. Dogs saying hello. Muckalucks are made here, handcrafted quality, nice. I die in hot weather. It's like kryptonite. Yes, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I can't take the heat. Heat stroke like every 5 minutes. Oh, yes, I know the plasmatics.
Oh, jeez.
Woof, woof. Do they have their bones?
Yes, they all have round 2 of their bones.
Yeah. Round 2.
Yes, this is round 2.
Costing us a fortune.
Oh, please. We spend more on, you know, what we save on things like car payments and stuff like that, we spend on dog treats.
Okay. Olive says, having gotten stuck in the South, I do understand why no one gets anything done down there.
It'll slow you down. The heat will slow you down. But it won't kill you. See what I'm saying? It won't kill you.
Yeah, it'll kill you.
Who?
I had a heat stroke like many times.
I've had heat stroke too. It's not a big deal.
It is for me.
No, but you recover from that. If you pass out in the cold, you don't recover from that.
You don't necessarily recover.
Or if you do recover, you don't have fingers or toes or extremities of any sort because they die.
Okay, we're just gonna fight about the temperature.
I know I'm right about
You're
this.
always raising the heat. I'm always lowering the heat. What doesn't kill me makes me take longer, Olive says. Too much of anything is bad for you, yes. Territory says, Tony, now that you have the Jeep thing, will you be following King of the Hammers next week for the following 2 weeks after that?
No, not really. I'm not into it as a spectator thing. It doesn't do anything for me. But as a participant, it's a lot of fun.
Ivan Britton says, hi, Uncle Ted.
Aye.
Andrew Button says, greetings.
Greetings, Andrew.
Crazy77 says, question for the group. Not you. He doesn't
No,
want to-
no, that's okay.
Will a torque flight from a 77 Dodge van bolt right up in an 88 Dodge pickup? I think the tail shaft from the van is longer.
What was that now? The pickup and the van? No, the pickup and the van got the same tail shaft.
They have the same?
Yeah.
Oh.
Providing it's a 727 you're talking about.
G. Christian says, Kathy, my wife sometimes gets jealous of my time working in the garage. Advice? I don't know.
You have a boyfriend?
What? No.
No? Okay, I don't
Oh
know.
my gosh, no. Make sure, like, go do something with her that she wants to do. I think that that's the right thing to do. Right, Tony?
I guess. I just keep spending time in the garage.
That's nice, Tony.
Well, there have been periods in my life where all I did was spend time in the garage, and then there are periods in my life where I don't want to go anywhere near it.
I think that, yeah, you could get her a car. Or go do something with her that she wants to do. If she wants a car, I don't know. Not every
Take
woman
up
wants a car.
the kind of hobbies that chicks like, man. You know, do some art, have some feelings and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They love that stuff.
Yeah.
Why?
I said nothing.
No, but the look in your face.
No look on my face. Sad when it's colder in Tennessee than it is in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Is it?
But it passes here, man. We'll have so it'll be shitty for the next week or thereabouts, the next like 5 days, and then it'll be like 50s and sunny, and so it's okay. You know, like we get these reprieves in the winter, and then it's over. Like the end of February, the first week of March, it starts to get nice and everything. By the end of March, it's in the 80s again.
Nick Bruni says this is not relationship advice.
No, but that is good relationship advice.
What is?
To take up chick-like hobbies.
Because you have.
I've had feelings.
Yeah. Okay.
I did.
All right. Next question. All right. JJ says, "Hey, Uncle Tony, planning on continuing the tune-up series? It would be very helpful for us younger guys."
Which tune-up series you talk? I never really did a tune-up series.
I don't know.
I did a bunch of different videos on different aspects of tune-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, here comes a sneeze again.
What's up, Dr. Art?
Dr.
It
Art,
says,
what's happening, brother?
"Good evening, Tony and Kathy. Preparing for Snowmageddon. Did you find my El Camino? Did you find it? I didn't see her when I was at the supermarket.
No, I didn't see. I was in Publix the other day and I didn't see her. When I see her,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I went like 3 times this last week and I didn't see her.
She's always there, but she hasn't been there. She's like the most overtly friendly person that's ever lived.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
She's very nice.
Yeah, she's always in a parking lot. She's always moving wagons around.
Wagons, yeah.
Right, and she'll just strike up a conversation with anybody and just spill her guts. She talks about her feelings and stuff. It's crazy. What?
I didn't say anything. So we're not going anywhere for snow. We're going to enjoy it, right?
I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm going to ignore it.
I'm
I'm going to
going
pretend
to
it's not
enjoy
even
it.
there.
I'm going to take pictures of the dogs and I'm going to play with them outside in the snow.
I'm just going to go about my business and pretend that it didn't happen. That it's not happening. Or I'm going to go buy 2 big bottles of NyQuil and I'm going to put myself in a coma.
Demonetized.
What, NyQuil?
Okay, Sean Fagan says, "Tony, do a whole video on the old school car lighters." You do car lighters?
Oh man, I got a sneeze that's caught right in my nose. So if I keep making faces, oh man.
Bro says, "Hey Tony, the beach."
Got it.
Bless you. Looking divine. No wonder you use words like "be gentleman," "very cool," "pet lover." What?
Oh, wait, I missed that. What was that?
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, my eyes are itching still too.
Hey Tony, the beagle is looking divine. No wonder you use words like "be gentleman," "very cool," "pet lover."
Oh, I love my dogs more than anything, really.
Salute.
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Yeah. What model is Bottle Rocket? I love it and can't figure it out.
It's a 1972 Coronet, Dodge Coronet, which is really just a 4-door Charger.
Our Chilton Lumen says, "Air is dry, get a humidifier." Yes, it is. It's very dry. Let's see. Trucker Kev says, "You, the guy on the channel called Obsolete Automotive, I got a 72 Coronet Slant 6 with a 3 on the column. A Minnesota car, really cool. Some called you out a couple of times." Who called you out?
You got me.
Did you, the guy on the channel called Obsolete Automotive? Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
And didn't you say something about people calling you out?
Oh, it's
Yeah, you did a
ridiculous.
video about
Yeah.
that. Everybody and their mother would want to call you out.
Right, so I don't, right. If I know you and I know what you have, then that's different. Then I have an educated guess. But I mean, you can have a rocket car and call me. That's ridiculous.
Right. Some people in the comment section said Uncle Tony ought to see this. He might want to buy it. I have no idea.
Oh.
Do you know
No.
what he's talking about?
I know, but I. Oh wait! I did see that. I did see a video about a '72 Coronet,
You did?
a black one. I think it's black.
Yeah.
The guy had it on. It was up on a trailer. It had all the hubcaps. It was really clean. the driver's side quarter, the back of the quarter was like folded over, and the guy was like pulling the panel out while it was still on the trailer. I think that's what you're talking about. I saw that. Excuse me, I saw that. I have absolutely zero interest in buying it or anything like it, but I did see that.
Let's see, Mopar Den says, I have Hertz and Enterprise rental memberships. I got an email today announcing the EV sales from Hertz. Looks like they are pulling out of EV rentals.
Yeah, they just announced, I think it was yesterday, the day before, would have been the day before, that they're selling, it's costing them too much to upkeep these things. The zero maintenance EVs, the Hertz is saying that it's costing, the maintenance costs too high on them. And so they're selling off 20,000. They have a total of 60, and they're selling off 20,000 of them right now. They're taking that money and going to buy gas cars. So we're winning, guys. We're winning.
He says, yeah, that's the one I was talking about. It's a one-of-a-kind forest green.
Was it forest green? I don't know. I don't remember the color on
It
it.
was neat to see you come up in the comments so people talk and say, oh, Tony needs to see this. It's a cool car in it. Okay.
I saw it. It's a very cool car. Yeah, but I don't want it. I don't want it. I have all the cars I need.
Joe Kayla said, did you buy your Grand Cherokee yet? You were looking for a Grand Cherokee last week, ADD boy.
Oh yeah. I looked at a couple of them online. I never went to actually look at any of them. There is one that I know of for $300. It's a 4-wheel drive.
Yes, get the $300 one.
What's that?
Yes, get the $300 one. Did I get my Monty S yet?
No,
what do you think?
No, she didn't get them on the SS yet. Just hold off on any of the off-road stuff because my wheels are turning. I've got things happening.
Hold off, everybody.
Yeah.
What's happening, Tony?
I'm not ready to talk about it.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun.
Any thoughts on the new Ram Hurricane 6?
I think it's overworked, just like the Ecotech motors. I think it's just going to be an overtaxed complication with the 2 turbochargers. I mean, I don't see it having very much in the way of longevity. But time will tell.
Let's see. Yes, Blizzard of 78. Yes. Naming storms. Are they naming winter storms? Knock it off Weather Channel. Yeah, they name. They give everything a name. I know. Melvin. Winter Storm Melvin. Mexican Spec. Tony, how much horsepower did a 1983 60 have over there? Just curious.
What was it rated at? They weren't rated at much. Like, I don't know, someplace like 180 horsepower, give or take. They weren't rated very much.
Yeah?
But the way they were calibrated from the factory for emissions and all of that, they were very soft. A little tuning goes a long way with those things. Yeah.
Are you done?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Next.
I'm more than done. I'm on way ahead now.
Fun with Cars 2. We had a new battery, electric vehicle battery, fail during PVI. New battery was 41,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot
That's
of money.
crazy.
I'll never forget that, remember? I said, that's a lot of money. Remember we were looking at Mopar parts?
Oh, the black guy?
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
were like looking in his garage. We were just getting rid of random stuff. And he's like, that's Mopar.
That's Mopar. That's a lot of money.
And I mean, it just sticks in my head.
Wait, you
forever.
have to put this in context now. You have to put this in context. So this is like 15 years ago, and I was in the parts business at the time. So
A long time ago.
a long time ago. So somebody had a Duster for sale locally, right? So we went to look at the car, and I passed on the car for whatever reason, but they had a lot of parts laying around there. So it was this guy's widow who was selling the parts. So I said to her, well, you got a lot of stuff on the shelves. How much do you want for the parts that are on the shelves? And she was like,
Just
I don't.
random stuff.
Yeah, it was like random stuff, a lot of random stuff. Some of it was from a 70 Charger, like dash gauge cluster and stuff like that. So she says, I really don't know. I says, well, why don't you do a little research? Why don't you figure it out and then let me know and give me a price on everything that's on the shelves. So she calls me back a day or two later. She says, my brother-in-law is here and he'll show you the stuff. So I go over there, and he's like an older black guy, maybe like in his mid-60s or so. And I walk in the garage, and he says, all right, so what do you want for all that stuff, man? So he says, that's the Mopar stuff. That's a lot of money. Just like that. Just like that.
And it's always stuck in my head that Mopar is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Mopar is a lot of money. It's crazy.
The exact opposite of what it was back in the glory days.
Yeah.
That's Mopar shit.
It's
Get it
garbage.
out of here. I don't
Yeah,
want that. Get it
totally.
out of here.
We found that what you call it? The bubble in the garbage.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah. The Chris Cushman found that.
Yeah.
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 The shaker bubble.
And the
Heavy.
trash.
Yeah.
It's
This
laying
was
on top of
this
the
was back in the
garbage can.
'80s, right? Yeah, they had on Thursday nights in New York. They had bulk collection, so people would put out any unwieldy items. So that was the night that you go scrounging because people threw away all kinds of stuff. So I'm sitting in the house one night. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and my friend comes knocking on the door. He says, "I found something for you." So he opens the door. I open the door, and he hands me a shaker bubble. Right, it was an argent silver shaker bubble with one Hemi Cuda nameplate on the call-out plate on the side of it, and it had a little chip in the front, just like the beak of the front had a little chip there. I don't know how, it was perfect. And it was, where'd you find this? He says, well, it's sitting on top of the garbage over on Tarjee Street or wherever it was. So we went over and then that was the only part from that car that was there. But yeah, people just threw the stuff away back in the day.
Lobo GTX says, hi Tony and Kathy, summertime here in Argentina at 10:26 p.m.
Ah,
Nice.
nice.
Enjoy the summer in Argentina. Argentina is beautiful.
I know it is.
Have you seen pictures of Argentina?
All of
It's
South
very
America is beautiful.
beautiful.
Oh, not all
Today
of
it's
it.
so
All of
far
that I've
away
seen
from
is
us.
beautiful.
Let's see. How much longer do you think the EV baloney is going to go on?
It's crashing right now. The public opinion is really starting to turn. Because it's like even the mainstream news. Like the mainstream news was like pro EV all the way, and now there's this clip that's been going around. One of the NBC channels. I don't know which city it was in, but one of the NBC channels. There was out of New York. Okay. Anyway, make a long story short, it's network news out of New York. And this one guy was an EV guy. He loved EVs. So he was going to make a trip from Detroit back to New York, right? Or was it Chicago back to New York? It doesn't make any difference. It was that trip. So he did it in a rented Tesla. And he was like, no, this isn't going to work. They had to stop like 8 times to recharge. The trip took like 3 hours longer than they anticipated. Like the car was telling him, yeah, you've got 200 miles of range, and then like they go a mile down the road and it would drop down to like 80 miles worth of range. And this wasn't even really bad weather either. This was like a month ago or so. So, so even the mainstream news is starting to get the message out to the people. It's like, no, this is not working.
Nick Bruni, he's got to be from the New York area. He says, don't cry for me, Argentina. Do you remember growing up, like when you were a kid, every
Sure.
other commercial was a Broadway show commercial?
Yep, Eva
So,
Peron.
Evita.
Yep, Evita. It's like I'm allergic to something. Like my eyes are itchy,
Well,
my
the
nose
heat's
is.
been going non-stop. Let's see. Using an electric car is going backwards, Mexican spec says.
By about 120 years, yeah.
Here says power to the pistons.
Yes, piston
Are
power.
we making a t-shirt, radiator? You say
You say
radiator,
radiator, I say radiator.
radiator. No? Okay. That's probably a no. Phyllis says automakers need to tell the government and regulators to buzz right off and then dispatch anyone from those agencies who dares to show up and protest.
They can't because all of the people who run the corporations are all, oh God, how do you even say this, right? Think of the guy who didn't kill himself, right? What?
Demonetized.
Demonetized. Think of the guy who didn't kill himself. Think of the shenanigans that he was up to. think of all of that stuff.
Shenanigans.
And all of, well, for lack of a better word, right? And the people who are higher ups in corporations are all roped into stuff like that. Like the guy who didn't kill himself wasn't the only one. There's tons of them. He's just the one that happened to be in the spotlight. But there's tons of them. And these, all of the heads of these corporations and the people who make the decisions of the corporations are all in that club. You see what I'm saying? So they all march together to the same orders. They can't just turn around and say, "Oh no, the people have spoken. You know, this EV thing is ridiculous." They have to maintain the line. They have to maintain the party line. It's the way it is.
Tony, do I find the vinyl trim for this fastback Montego, or do I go painted roof?
I would paint the roof.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can imagine one just to try to find roof trim for a Mercury Montego.
No, it's online, eBay.
Is it?
Sure, why not?
I doubt it. If it is, it's going to be a fortune.
Not
And it's
necessarily.
a bitch to ship. And the odds of getting it undamaged are very slim.
Why is it a bitch to ship? It's
You
small.
remember we used to, what, roof trim? Remember
No,
we used to,
it's just the vinyl trim. So it's just gonna go on the...
just the C-pillar trim? you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's not huge.
No, but then there's the drip rail trim for it, because there's different drip rail trim than a non-vinyl roof.
Look for it, see how much it is, and then decide whether or not you're gonna vinyl roof or paint it. Corporations where bad ideas live forever, yeah.
Yes.
Very much. I'm probably driving the cars now that I will have when I die, Ragtop says.
I think that's true for a lot of us.
Yeah.
I think that's true for a lot of us. We did, every time we do a video on that sort of thing, right? We're talking about technology run amok and electric vehicles and so on and so forth. There's always a huge amount of comments, like much more so than the typical video. And the sentiment in those comments is always, I bought the last car that I'm going to buy, or my next car is going to be a 1990 something, or a 1980 something, or a 70 something. And it's like people, and tons of comments like that. People are waking up. They're realizing that it's the current state of the automotive world is a dead end street. And now you see, all these automakers are backing out of shows, right? Like the Detroit Auto Show. I can't remember off the top of my head which
Is
companies
that
they
the
were.
one I canceled?
They canceled.
They canceled the...
Yeah, there's crazy stuff going on right now in the automotive industry, and yeah, they're backing out of and canceling shows left and right.
Mopar Rob says, "Hi Uncle Tony, can you please, all caps,
Please.
explain the different ways to add PCB to the early Hemis without butchering the original valve covers or ending up with something gaudy looking? Thank you."
The valley cover. Put a PCB in the valley cover like Pontiac did. So if you want to know how to do it, right, just find a Pontiac. Actually, you could probably graft that whole section of the valley pan that would take the PCV in a Pontiac. And there are other engines too, but the Pontiac is one that comes to mind because they put the PCV valve in the valley pan behind the intake manifold. So with a valley cover, right? So just find that, and you'll be able to run a PCV and you'll never see it. Or you could use the opening that the road drift tube went to. Just put a grommet in there with the PCV in the center. You can figure it out.
Silver Eagle Cobra. You're not Brett McIntyre? You're confusing me.
I'm Brett McIntyre.
Are you Brett McIntyre?
Today, yes.
I don't know what's happening.
I identify as Brett
Oh,
McIntyre.
jeez. Okay.
My truth is being Brett McIntyre.
Mike N says, "I have an unwelcome SIL. What is that? Staying at my house for the next 2 nights."
Sister-in-law?
Oh, I guess so. Any advice? I don't know.
Oh, fake a stomach virus.
Oh, staying at your house? Unwelcome.
Fake a stomach virus and touch everything.
God. I don't know.
It's a golden opportunity, if you ask me.
Bake a stomach virus and touch everything?
Touch everything. Touch everything.
That's terrible. Yeah, he says sister-in-law. Okay.
Yeah, a violent stomach virus. Like go in the bathroom and just retch.
He says brilliant.
You know?
Lots of retching.
Anytime,
Dry heave. Just
anytime
dry
she's
heave.
around, you go in the bathroom and go, I'm sorry, Winnie.
Oh. Alright.
Like, when at the same time you do it, I take like a wet towel and like throw it at the door. You know what I mean?
Why? What's that?
It gives that splashing, sloshing sort of sound. Like
No,
it
the
project-
dry heaves are enough.
No, project nothing says violent stomach, projectile vomiting. And they just walk around and touch everything.
Oh, it's terrible, Tony. It's terrible. Alright. Winnie, yes. She's awesome.
No, this is Darla.
That's Darla. That's Darla. Winnie is chewing her bone on the floor.
Yeah, that's the sound you're hearing. It's Winnie.
Eat lots of Taco Bell or White Castle before she comes.
Nah, you can fake it. It'd be good to fake.
Classic, Nick Rooney says. Geez, that was a good simulation, Tony.
Thank you. Thank you. Acting.
Acting.
Yeah.
Get lots of practice, right? Mexican Inspector. 1980 Mexican Super Bee had a 360 with a 300 horsepower. Is it possible there was so much difference in the two engines?
The ratings and how they were rated, it's all over the map. Just look them up, And are Mexican engines rated the same way that, so are they the old way where it's just the engine itself, or is it the new way where it's the engine with all of its accessories through transmission and everything else? I don't know.
Okay, so Stray Bullet says, I've never had White Castle. Is it bad?
I haven't had it in years. It used to be really good. They were, it was unique, it was different. I haven't had it in years.
I think it's good, just don't eat too many. If
I
I
had-
eat too many, I get sick.
I had crystals recently. So the story with White Castle is at some point, like during the 1970s, I think it was, they wanted to expand down south, and they didn't like the name White Castle down south. The racial bullshit, right? So they changed the name to Crystals, and then Crystals broke off and became its own company, from what I can gather. So Crystals is as close to White Castle as you can get, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Crystal?
Yeah, remember
It
when?
was alright. It wasn't horrible.
It wasn't good.
You don't think so?
No, it wasn't like the old.
Did they
Like,
put mustard on it?
it wasn't like the old days when you go to White Castle and get like 30 of the things and slam them down. After
You
like
shouldn't
4 or
eat
5 of
every-
them, I was like, yeah, it's enough.
Lobo GTX says, hit the like button, guys. Yes, please. Thank you.
That would be awesome.
I like home grilled burgers. Yeah, those are good. We always call White Castle burgers belly bombs and murder burgers.
Murder burgers. Yep.
Let's see.
Well, I never really understood that. I never experienced any negative side effects.
I get sick. Yeah. If you eat too many, you get sick. Dada says, since Tony's been promoting going back to the simple combustion engines in any pre-90s cars, prices have doubled after selling like hot buns from everyone listening to his wisdom. Extra parts did also. Are you ruining everything?
I hope not. There's plenty to go around.
You think so?
There are stashes of hundreds and thousands of cars all over the country, all over the world.
That's Mopar. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. There's lots of stashes. The choice stuff, yeah, you're gonna pay through the nose for a '68 Charger. Period. The end. That's just the way it is. But I see screaming deals on 60s and 70s and 80s cars, like literally every day. Especially like Fords, man. There's a lot of cheap Fords out there. You got a couple of $1,000. You got $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 to spend. There's lots and lots and lots of projects that are doable cars that are all over the marketplace. But everybody wants the cream of the crop stuff. That's the problem.
Let's see. Chris Greenaway says, Tony, it's coming with the trim. Last payment is going out this month. Oh, he's got the trim.
Huh.
Yeah. Put
So
the
why
Bible
did
top
you even
on.
ask me?
Put it on.
Yeah, put it on.
Yeah. Michael Wagner, to Uncle Tony, did you ever know my old neighbor Joe Gertelman?
Joe
He had
Gertelman.
A few Hemi cars he used to run at APCO. He also bought the Bounty Hunter dragster.
Yeah, yeah, I knew him well, I shouldn't say knew him. I met him a time or two. I bought some early Hemi stuff off of him. 1989, 1988, 1989. It's a long time ago, but yes, I remember him.
Silver Eagle Cobra says, glad everyone is healthy. Is the storm strong there? We have ice badly.
It's just like flurrying out there.
Yeah. You're supposed to get like 3 to 6 inches, I think.
You want to keep them busy for a minute? I just gotta get some more soda. You keep talking to them.
Okay. You left me.
Yeah.
I can get the soda.
No.
He says no. Yes, sir. We were in the cabbage capital of Long Island. Long Island. Yeah. White Castle burgers, 8 for $2 in the 70s. Uncle Tony, I live here in Nashville. I'll ask him as soon as he gets back. He's getting soda. Have no fear on your car dumpster is here. I buy junk cars too because they are more of a challenge and cheaper. Yeah. Let's see. Hang on, he'll be right back. He'll be right back. Hurry up! Like molasses, I tell you. Let's see. Do you rebuild 8 3/4 rear ends? If so, how can I get a hold of you? I don't think he does that. I'll ask him that. Okay, so Mopar Valiant says, I live here in Nashville. Do you rebuild 8 3/4 rear ends? If so, how can I get a hold of you?
I do rebuild them, but I don't do them commercially.
Okay, so that's it.
I don't do any. I do zero work
Yeah.
commercially.
Mopar Shop Rat. Hey Tony, have you ever run a 4-speed auto like a 518 or 46 R8 300 small block?
I have not.
Lewis Cat says, Uncle Tony, thank you for putting me onto M Guy. Is that how you say it?
M Guy.
Or is
I
it
guess, I don't know. I love his channel. He's great.
EV Magnus. I witnessed that semi-fire on the Westgate Bridge. Scary stuff. Melted the asphalt, but repaired the other day. Okay.
Yeah, M Guy's great. Him and Jeff Buys Cars. I watch both of them like every morning now.
How do people stop rust on the inside of the frame after acid dipping?
I don't know. I've never had a car acid dipped. I mean, I imagine once you've got a car acid dipped, you're not going to use it as in regular service anymore. So in other words, it's not a car that's going to be exposed to the elements where rust would be an issue.
Did you ever have any old New York City cop cars?
No, I had an ex-Vermont police state trooper pursuit car that I pulled the motor and trans out of. That was it. It's the only cop car I've ever owned. Wait, no. I had a Diplomat for about a day. I had a police Diplomat for like a day or two, and I sold that to my friend Paul.
Oh. Will the storm affect your internet service?
I don't know. Where's my Ouija board?
Zero says, hello, Kathy. Hello, Zero. Scarlet Fire says, Kathy is the best. All caps, best.
Jeez, I thought I was the best.
Thank you, Scarlet Fire. That's very nice.
I thought I was the best.
You're the best, Tony. You're better than me.
No, not according to
Yes?
that misguided person.
This is the real Brett McIntyre. My account is not normal. I see that. Silver Eagle Cobra Brett McIntyre. Isn't it great that Steve Maggs is doing well? Yes,
Yes,
Ryan.
he's looking good.
Very good. Quick, Chloe's gonna run. Oh wait, I'm really late with the comments. I'm really behind. Okay, because I was waiting for you to get back. All right. Just joined to an empty chair. I'm sorry, he's back.
I had to get soda.
You had to get soda. I don't know why you wouldn't let me get it.
Because I can't sit here and yap unless
Baloney.
Well, no, like if he's oh God.
If I'm on the couch, you don't seem to have a problem.
If there's a topic that I can talk about, then yeah, I can sit here for an hour. But if it's this type of thing, I can't just like make things up off the top of my head. I'm relying on you to.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right. Let's see.
What's the matter, Maggie? You and I have a chip.
John says, how about manganese phosphate? Parkerizing, coatings for random nuts and bolts, anything better and easier to use? Excuse me.
I have no idea.
You don't
That's
know?
really out of my wheelhouse.
Tony can't be bought, Mexican.
I cannot be.
Can you be bought?
No. People have tried.
Have they tried?
I think they've tried.
No, they haven't tried. They haven't tried to buy you. I just walked to the store. Do not recommend it. Jack's Rhapsody says. No? I like walking.
Not with you, no.
Oh yeah, I do. I like to walk in the sun.
I dare you to walk to Publix
I'll go.
right now.
Yeah. You dare me?
You won't.
Yes, I will.
You'll be miserable. You'll get to
I
the
will
corner of the block
absolutely
and
go. No, I'll be fine. I will walk to Publix.
if you-
I have the boots to do so, and the clothing. I have a hat, the gloves, the scarf.
I'm almost tempted to like.
You want to bet?
You'll do it. You'll
You
do
know
it,
I'll
and
do
you'll
it.
hide your misery. You'll hide your misery. Not well, but you won't admit that it was a bad idea.
No, I'll do it.
Keep going. Keep going.
You're afraid of me walking to the store in the snow. I hate when people die at 99. They were so close. Yes,
Wouldn't it
Sandy
suck?
Boy.
I know.
I had an Uncle Bill, but he'd be like 100 now. You know,
Did he die at 99?
I don't know. Let's see. Tony will remember he can't run a stream if Kathy goes. Can you run a stream? He can do it by himself.
I've done it by myself 1,000 times, right?
You can do it.
We've done how many lives have we done?
Too many.
Right? A lot of lives. No, I could do them by myself. But if I'm reading the questions, like if you know what I mean, I could keep going and going and going. But if I'm not reading the questions, I don't have anything to like respond to.
Let's take this live to Publix. Let's go.
Will that then go to Publix?
I think once I leave the internet, no.
No, right?
No, there's no.
Yeah.
There's internet on my phone, but there's no internet on here. Unless it's hooked up to the
Right now,
house.
this stream is hooked up to the house's
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
This is not a phone iPad. It's just a regular iPad. So I don't have phone service on it. Let's talk food and cars.
Sure.
Do you eat in your car?
Yeah.
You do? I've never seen you eat in the car. Chips. I've seen you eat chips. Oh, sometimes I've seen you eat like a taco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burritos.
Burritos, yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I eat?
But usually you don't. It's a rare occasion that you eat in the car.
I have a house to eat in.
Right, I know.
I have restaurants to eat in. And I have a
Sarah
shop
says
to
I
eat
hate
in.
eating in a car. Yeah, I don't like it either.
I eat in the car when I'm on the road. But,
The
yeah.
only time I used to eat in the car is like, I remember when we lived in New York, I was busy. I was always running around, driving all the time, all
Right.
over the place. And I would stop and grab a slice of pizza, and I could fold it up and eat that with one hand while I was driving. But like, that's really the only time I would really eat in the car. I don't do it now.
I have a house to do that in.
Zara says, had to for years. I miss eating at a table. Who doesn't eat in their car these days?
I imagine for a lot of people it's a necessity.
Yeah. Damn it, now I want a slice. I know, I want a slice too. And they were cheap too. Slices of pizza.
Yeah, two slices and a Coke for $1.
Well, no, not that cheap.
Well, I remember being that cheap.
You're older than me.
Yes.
Let's see. Well, but then, Uncle Kathy, I'm going to be in Staten Island this week. I can do a live stream through your old stomping grounds if you wish.
I don't want to be reminded
I
of
can
it.
go by the house with the laundry room fire.
358 Caton Avenue.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll love you being outside their door. They'll probably call the cops on you or come out and threaten you. One or the other.
358 Caton Avenue.
358 Keaton.
Yeah.
It looks a little different now, but.
Yeah. I don't miss that
They cut
place.
down the mighty pine, and I'm really upset about that.
Yeah, we had the mighty pine up front. Oh God, that was ridiculous.
Mighty pine.
Yeah, I don't miss that place.
He
at
says,
all.
"Got it." Laugh out loud.
I don't miss that place at all.
No.
No.
Should he go to your mother's house?
No,
Just
don't do
joking.
that.
No, don't go to his
Shoot
parents'
it.
house. You can go to 358 Keaton though. I drove by there once, and like I kind of slowed down, and they were looking out the window. So good luck.
Yeah, the suburbs of Staten Island, of New York City. Staten Island is like a very weird, suspicious, hostile
It is a very
place.
busy street though, so you might get away with it. It's pretty busy. Not Caitlin, Caton. K-A-T-A-N.
What was our house number on Edge Grove?
On Edge Grove?
Yeah.
824 Edge Grove.
Let me see. I gotta look something up here real quick. Hang on, guys.
824 Edge Grove Avenue. Did you ever know Mike Spano? He had a bunch of 68 Roadrunners and a few Superbirds, including the famous fake pink Superbird convertible.
No, not offhand,
No.
but I could be wrong. Oh, my images. Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to find. There was a picture. They did a survey picture.
Yeah, 824 Edge Grove. Staten Island, you put?
Yeah.
And did it come up?
Yeah. There's the house.
Oh, okay.
But there was a picture.
I have it on my Facebook.
You have it on your Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
There's a picture. Let me see if I can find it here.
Zillow break. Yeah. Let's see. I'll move it over. There you go.
So back in the 80s, they did they did survey pictures, and
Not 58 Caton. 358 Caton Avenue.
358 Caton Avenue. Yeah,
358
I
Caton.
don't see it. So at any rate, back in the 80s, they did like a survey, right? So like a house by house thing New York did, and they took a picture of the house we were living in, and you know it's ours because there's a funny car parked on the side of the house.
I have that picture on yeah, it's on my Facebook.
I can't. It's not on here.
1.1 million on Zillow. Oh yeah?
Wow, really?
I bet.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, I don't see the picture. She's got it on her Facebook. Oh well.
Sorry, 358 Caton Avenue is a single family home built in 1970. No, that's not right.
Yes, it is.
It's not 1,200 square feet. That's wrong.
The upstairs is 1,200 square feet.
Yeah, this home is currently not for sale. It was last sold in 2005. Let's see. It says it's That sold for $560. 2005. 2005. I don't know. It's not 1,200 square feet though.
Yeah, the upstairs is 1,200 square feet, and then there's a whole apartment and everything downstairs.
No picture. No picture of 358 Caton. There's a picture of it. I've seen it. I've seen it. Do you have a favorite street cam for a small block Mopar?
Not really. I mean, it depends what you're doing. There's a camshaft isn't something that you just do generically. You know what I mean? You have to have a specific purpose. There is no
Yeah,
picture
it
of
is.
it.
There's
Where?
a house.
Where?
Right there. The first one.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
It's white now.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
That driveway saw a lot of action.
Okay. I'll move this. Hang on. Can you see it? It's right there. That's what it looks like.
That was the house.
Except it wasn't white.
It was yellow, right?
It was tan. The
Tan.
house was tan.
Yeah, there's the Mighty Pine.
Yeah, the mighty pine was still in that photo.
Yeah.
Are there any grease stains in the driveway?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes. Yeah. And look, there's a grease stain right in front of the
I see
in
that.
front of because they used to
What's
park
that
cars
from?
up
A
there too.
motorcycle?
So I ran this house literally as a full service shop. The guy that I bought it from, he was the guy who had it built. And this
Zoom
house,
in. All right, hang on.
yeah.
Zoom in. I'm zooming in.
That's the house.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was tan and white, not white and white.
yeah. This is
See the grease stain?
yeah, the grease stain right there, and
This was like right after they did it because the mighty pine is still there and the bushes are still there.
yeah, this must have been like right after we moved out.
Yep. Yeah. Aw, I miss it. That was a good house.
We did a lot of crazy stuff there. That's the house with the exploding laundry room. So the exploding laundry room. Yeah, come back over
I
here.
gotta come back.
So there's
Carrying the groceries up the steps.
yeah, there's this set of steps that goes up, and then there's like a little foyer there, and then there's another set on the opposite side that goes down to the garage level, and that's
On
where the
left,
laundry room was.
It goes down. On the right, it goes upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this driveway saw a lot of crazy action back in the day.
I'm sure everyone that lives there is thrilled that we're putting this on the internet.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Okay, hang on. Let me move this. Okay, Tony. Split level house. Yeah, it was nice.
The grease stains all over the place.
Let's see. Not split level? Yes, split
Yeah,
level.
split level.
Upstairs and downstairs. There were 2 kitchens. There's an attachment on the back too.
Yeah.
So it's pretty big.
So the guy that I bought it from
Split entry, yeah.
was the original owner, and he paid the builder to make the house 2 feet deeper.
Yeah. So
Then-
it's bigger than any of the
Yeah, it's
other
actually
houses.
bigger than any of the other houses like it. And he ran it from the day that he opened, from the day he moved in, he ran it as a repair shop. And so when I moved in, I had all my customers, and I had his customers too.
I'm
So-
sure people still ring that doorbell looking for you.
You guys could not imagine how much work I turned out of that house.
I heard that that's what was happening.
You could
That
not
people were still,
imagine.
when you moved, they were still looking for you. I knocked on the door and asked for the laundry room tour. That's what Mopar Den says. Yeah? Good luck. See how that goes. Let us know. A stray bullet says everyone is going to knock on the door and ask for a tour of Tony's old house. Too funny.
Oh, let me see here.
Hilarious. I miss that house. It was a really good house. Was it zoned residential? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the garage from that house.
Yeah.
Can
The
you see that
laundry
picture?
room, would be where your hand is.
Okay, I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
see where my hand is.
Okay.
But that's a super stock motor on the stand. That was Dave the Indian Leclerc's super stock motor from his '67 RO23 car. So that's that motor, and that was my fuel altered. And it was an interesting house. A lot of action happened there.
Mexican Spike says that Mopar Den. Ask the residents if they know a famous person used to live there.
Okay, so
They should designate it a historical building, Danny Boyd says. I don't think so, Danny Boyd.
so here's a shot from the garage looking
Lower it,
out
lower
towards
it.
the street.
Okay, yeah, that's the driveway.
Yeah, so we used to routinely fire up fuel cars in the driveway.
I just spilled beer on my damn mouth, Danny Boyd says. Oh boy. Photo album, next 16mm home movies. So everybody on Staten Island can, go by their house. Poor UTG neighbors, yeah.
And here's Uncle Kathy cleaning
We
valve
have to
covers on
lower
the floor.
that. It's okay, yeah, that's small. Okay, in the garage. Okay, that's
yeah.
good. Someone should show up with Mopar parts and say, "I got expensive Mopar parts for Tony," as they hand them a Mopar scoop. Oh, you know what? He should go look for a Monte Carlo since we sold it to the guy on Notre Dame.
Oh, you know how long ago that was? That's gone.
On Notre Dame Avenue, which is the next street on the corner.
Yeah, but the car is gone.
How do you know? He bought our Monte.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it is a long time ago. Let's see.
Yeah, this is,
Your brother says, "Where am I?"
that's another picture from the driveway.
Lower it. Yeah, okay. That's the driveway.
Like I said, that house saw a lot of
House is
action. There was a
tan.
lot of crazy stuff that happened there.
So what's up, James? How are you? Ask your brother how he is.
How are you, Normal James? Is Normal James in any of these books?
Oh, probably. I don't know. Oh, let's see.
James, how many pictures do you have?
Uncle Normal.
Uncle Normal.
Yeah, he's in the inside. I have tons of pictures.
Yeah.
Your brother says, "Good evening, Kathy dear." What about your brother?
What about him?
I think he says good evening to you too, Tony.
Good evening.
Yeah, that's Tony's brother. Swamp Rat is Tony's brother. He lives in New Jersey.
The People's Republic of New Jersey.
Is it snowing there? It's snowing here, James. What's the temperature right now? I'm gonna look. Let me see. I'm gonna check my phone. James says I'm a slow taper. You mean typer? It's okay. You have that flip phone, right? Are you on your flip phone watching us? Or are you on the computer?
He's on his Steam phone.
Your Steam phone? He says no, just cold. Are you cold? Are you outside? It's cold here. It's 19 degrees right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, here, see, I'm gonna look.
See it.
My aunt lives in New Jersey. Does she? I'm not showing you. I'm showing them 19 and snowing. Oh, pretty.
Lily has come to snatch.
When is Uncle Normal coming onto the live?
As soon as he comes down to visit.
He's not technically advanced, otherwise you could have him on
Yeah, StreamYard.
StreamYard. But Chris could set it up. Let's see. Glenn Nickerson says my wife is from Jersey. I've been to New Jersey, Englewood, Danny Wood says.
What exit is that?
Swamp Rat says when I'm invited. Your brother says
You're
not
always invited, man. You don't need an invitation.
You're invited to come here.
Don't even knock. Just come in.
James, would you like to come visit us? Or you can come visit us in person, or you can go on the live with Tony.
No, he's got to visit.
Or you could visit.
He's been saying he's going to visit for the last 15 years now.
20.
20. Yeah, he's never come down.
Well, he came to him once.
Did
When
he?
we first moved here.
20 years ago.
19 down there. I don't think that it's usually that cold down there. It's not.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But we do get occasionally the jet stream, because the jet stream runs directly above us. The jet stream comes down. If you're familiar with Bowling Green, Kentucky, it's 100 miles north of us, and the jet stream usually comes down right between us and Bowling Green. And sometimes it dips down into our area, and that's what we have now.
Your brother says you don't even have a picture of me. We do have pictures.
Not
of
in that scrapbook.
Not in that book. But we do have pictures of you. Do you have pictures of me or your brother?
No, of course not.
How do you know? He probably does.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Dada says snowy here also, just 38 hours hitchhiking north of New York. Yeah, you're in Canada. Of course it's snowing.
38 hours hitchhiking. Yeah, come to think of it, I had hitchhiked back from Canada once, and that's about how long it took.
Your brother says yes, he has many photos of you.
Aw,
He loves you.
that's sweet.
Yeah. Tell your brother you love him.
I love you, James.
See? Let's see. Remember to hit the like button. Yes, Steve Hilliard. Crazy 77. I've been a member of the Pinto Car Club of America for about 20 years.
Nice.
Right. Let's see. How can you guys be family and not visit once a year?
You know what?
Not visit once a year.
Well, there's a 900-mile difference between us.
Yeah, not around the block.
And I don't fly. And I don't think he flies either.
Does he? He might. I don't know. Now that felt forced, Tony.
What did?
Alright, so your brother says, my brother's baby picture, meaning you, on the hood of my grandfather's Dodge is on the visor of my pickup.
Oh.
Oh. You're a
Oh.
piece of crap, Tony. Seriously, you better go visit your brother.
That's so nice.
That's unbelievably nice. Tony.
So,
What are you gonna do?
for you guys that don't know, one of my first baby pictures was taken on top of my father's '56 Dodge. So it's just like me as an infant and a Dodge emblem.
Mm.
And he wasn't a Dodge; he just happened to have a Dodge at the time.
People ask me, your brother, any baby pictures? Did Tony have a beard?
I didn't grow a beard till I was like 13.
Are you gonna put a picture of your brother on the Jeep?
I am gonna have him airbrushed on the hood.
Are you really? Now
Yes.
you have to do it. You have to do it. Which Jeep?
I am gonna have
The white one.
the white one, yes, because it'll stand out. I am gonna have
Oh,
I'm gonna have my
James.
brother airbrushed on the hood of
Now
my
you gotta
white
do
Jeep.
it. I'm not airbrushing anything. So, you're gonna have to hire somebody.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Why don't you fly, Tony?
I don't want to fly.
Terrence Seymour says, well, that escalated.
It takes way too long to die. And I don't want to deal with that.
Oh my goodness. Now how do you feel, Tony? Your brother has your baby picture on his...
I feel warm and fuzzy.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's see. Tony, tell us the history of the car on your first date with Kathy.
The history of the car?
Yeah.
The mule.
Well, I don't know. Is that our first date? The mule? Did you take me in the mule on
I
our
took you in
first
the
date?
mule. Yeah.
Are you sure that
Positive.
was our first date?
Yeah, because my charger was down.
We went to Ho-Wop.
My charger.
17 Mott Street.
Yeah, my charger was
You
down.
might want to go there, Moped, then. Take the tour.
So we had, there was I want to say it was a 66, maybe a 65? 66, it was a 66 Chevy station wagon, full-size station wagon. And it was the communal car. So we all had our cars, but naturally, being teenagers, all of our cars were always broken. So we had this communal car called the Mule. It was a powder blue Chevy station wagon, and it was destroyed, like from one end to the other. It had 01 on the doors, and the Mule
It was painted 01.
somebody painted 01 on the doors.
Or was it tape? It was paint.
It was paint. It was
thick,
paint, and,
yeah.
and it said the Mule on the rear on the back of the car, right? And two distinguishing features of this car is that it had no floors, like no floors, okay, no floors, and it had no brakes. So when I say no brakes, I mean the pedal just dangled there. It wasn't attached to anything. But we all use this thing on a regular basis. And it was like a 283, whatever it was, a small block with a power glide. And everybody knew how to drive this car. You would just, when it's time to slow down, you downshift. When you got down slow enough, you pop it in neutral, you give it some gas, and you jam it in reverse. You stand on the gas. And that's how you stop this car. And we drove this thing. We all drove it. That was just the way it was, It was New York City. It was the 70s. This is how we did things.
It was 1982.
1982, okay. Well, close enough to the 70s.
Oh my gosh, here's the picture your brother sent it.
Oh, show them.
Okay, so James sent this picture. All right. That's it's Tony.
That's me.
His grandfather's Dodge. Am I holding it still enough? Can you see it? Okay. Yeah. Thanks, James.
So at any rate, I picked her up in this car and drove her to Manhattan. we went to a car show, or we went to
No, we went to
Chinese restaurant.
Ho-Wop.
Yeah, on 112 Mott Street, I think.
Yeah, 17 Mott Street.
17 Mott Street.
Why do I know that?
Okay.
Downstairs. The
Yeah.
downstairs one.
So I picked her up at her house.
It's a famous Chinese place.
And we were driving down the street, and I'm talking to her, right? And I forgot the
Gave
car
me
had.
flowers.
Did I?
I still have the wrapper from them.
I was so freaking romantic.
I know.
So I'm talking
You
to
had a
her,
button shirt on too.
and I forgot. It was, I'm talking to her, so I forgot that the car had no brakes, and we're coming up on this intersection, and I was like, oh shit, because he really needed to prepare to slow this thing down. So I ended up crashing into a stop sign and folded the stop sign over, and that's actually how we stopped the car. And that was her introduction to my world.
What the frick? What a nice story. Love what you do.
It had zero exhaust system.
It's a very nice story.
There were mud stalactites hanging under the. You remember mud?
Yeah.
There were mud stalactites.
This was in the summer, so there were no stalactites then.
It was mud.
No, there's mud, yeah. But it was in August.
Yeah.
Crazy uses, crazy does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good car.
Why did I stay?
Adventure.
It was an adventure. All right. It wasn't
Adventure.
as crazy as like what I was used to. Did it pass state inspection?
No. It wouldn't pass. We were just, whoever had a plate would just put a plate on it and go.
Zero brakes, zero floors, zero exhaust, but a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, when you're that age, your brain isn't fully developed, right? Your
Mine
brain-
was pretty fully developed.
No, you not until you're like 26.
Did I get us there and get us back?
Yeah, but
Okay,
I'm
well,
just
then there you go.
saying,
It's
like
pretty-
when
pretty-
you're
pretty
that
developed.
age, you do lots of stupid things. Like that's just normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the '68 Charger we had that really had no floor, and we drove in the snowstorm.
Oh, the one
and,
with the 6-pack?
yeah, the slush was coming.
Yeah. 68 Charger.
It's freezing. That's why, like you say, are you gonna walk to Publix in the snow? I'm like, sure. That's nothing.
446 pack, no floors, really, no floors. Loudest transmission that ever existed. You
Yeah.
remember the sound of that transmission?
Yeah. Jason Fresh, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name since you super chat.
Oh, thank you.
I don't see any question though.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm 44. Pretty sure my brain isn't fully developed.
Yeah, I'm 61. I'm still developing it.
The snow charger, yeah. I don't think Tennessee has inspections like in Kentucky. No, we don't anymore.
No, no inspections here.
Let's see. Let's see. Every generation thinks theirs is the best. Oh, I don't think we thought it was the best.
At the
There was a
time,
lot of bad stuff.
no. At the time, it was pretty brutal. Looking back at it, it was fantastic. Compared to
Now,
the way
it's
life
just
and
now.
people and things are today, man, we had it made.
We used to complain about the music. How the music sucks. Jason, if you have a question, I'll try and find it. Did you have the mule valet parked?
No, nobody could have valet parked that thing.
So I think we took it a different. I don't think we went to the car show that night at the Coliseum. I think that was a different night. It was cold. I think that was like in November. They used to have that show at the Coliseum
Yeah.
where they had the Hemi Cuda for $10,000, the orange
Oh,
one.
yeah, we should have
And you
done
were like, "Oh, I really want to buy this." We didn't have $10,000.
We could have
We
swung it.
didn't
We
have
could have
money for
figured it out.
coffee.
We could have figured it out.
Swung it. And then we got stuck. Remember the lights were flashing? Where were we? We were by Ramrods. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And the hookers were waving. Crazy. Where was the Coliseum? What street was it on? I don't remember.
What can I remember?
You don't remember where it is?
32nd Street?
Was it 42nd
No,
Street?
32nd.
32nd.
Where the hell was the Coliseum?
I don't remember.
I'm drawing a blank. It's been so many friggin' years.
Let's see. Barry Cuda. Tony, what's your definition of a hot rod? People are telling me it's any car that's performance enhanced, including rice burners, Porsches, etc. I always thought it's pre-1949 American and modified.
No, in my mind, anything that's modified is a hot rod. But technically, I think that you're right. Hot rods would be considered to be pre-war bodies. In my mind, anything that's modified is a hot rod. Anything that's modified for speed or power. So, yeah, that's kind of open to interpretation.
Did you have some Journey in the cassette?
Oh, God, no.
Oh. 672 E Galaxy says in New York Coliseum, 59th Street.
59th Street.
Cassette or 8-track?
In the Mule, nothing. You wouldn't be able to hear anything anyway.
Yeah.
You got to understand something about the Mule. It was a car that was passed around to probably half a dozen different, 20-year-old, 18-year-old kids. That we were all gearheads. We were all reckless. We were all crazy. So
They
this
used
car,
to beat it with a baseball bat.
that was
Fun.
that Chevy that I had.
Yeah, but like the Mule too, they would hit it with the bat while it was sitting there in the gas station.
So we had our cars that we cared about, and then we had our beaters. Then the Mule was like a beater.
And didn't they use it to play garbage can? They would hit all the garbage cans. Who was
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Waving those?
Yeah.
Everybody would hit the garbage cans, and
Yeah.
the trestles, the underpass. Yeah.
Yeah. This car didn't have a straight straight panel on, like even an inch of straight panel on it.
But they weren't plastic garbage cans, they were the metal
The metal
ones.
garbage
Yeah,
can.
the round metal
Yeah.
ones. Do you remember sketching behind the cars by the bumper?
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Like that was normal. It's not normal.
I had a 71 Caprice that I picked up. It was a 400. It was a Roach. I paid whatever it was, like $60 for the car, and this is back in the day. And I remember picking her up in it, because again, see, the good car is always down. The good car is always apart. It's always broken. You're always fixing things. You're always working on it. So, like I said, it was a string of beaters, and I picked her up in it one day. It was when I first met her, and we pulled into this gas station that we used to hang out at, Vinnie Meyer's place on Arthur Kill Road, and the crew, the kids that were hanging out there were all gearheads. When I pulled up with the car, she was still sitting in the car, and they all come running over to the car with like bats and hammers and shit like that, and just started wailing on the car. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? You know, just saying hi.
Let's see. Jack's Rhapsody says, "What sketching? I'm not old." Laugh out loud. Funny,
Sketching.
Jax.
For those who don't know, because a lot of people wouldn't know,
I know.
it's bumper skiing, okay? Skitching. I don't know what they call it. It's skiing and hitching. So what you do is and when it would snow,
You
as a,
knelt down.
what's that?
You would kneel down.
Yeah. You'd kneel down on the side of the road, or, you know, like where the cars are parked. You'd hide between the parked cars, and then when a car would go past you, as it was going past, you'd jump out and grab the back bumper, and the car would take you skitching. It would take you bumper skiing for however long you could hold on to it.
We weren't afraid to die. I think it was a different
That was a normal
time.
thing. That was
Yeah, that was normal.
You couldn't have winter without bumper skiing.
Okay, your brother says, "I still have your Darkness on the Edge of Town 8-track that we listened to over and over and over while taking a road trip to Florida when we were kids."
Oh, that was 1976, I think it was, or 77.
It's still in one piece? That's cool.
God. Well, my parents were into disco. They used to listen to disco music. And that was about the only thing I could actually get in there. It was horrible. It was just horrible. Bad memories.
Your brother had a huge Springsteen collection.
Yeah, my brother was
Huge.
really, yeah.
Like everything.
He saw him like 100 times.
Something like that.
Yeah. I went once.
He says 78 in 78.
78 was it?
Yeah.
I went once. It was with James. It was at I think it was at the Meadowlands. And I gotta tell you, it was a really, really good show.
I went with you.
Did you?
We went like twice, I think.
I only went once, I think.
No, we went twice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah, we went twice.
Okay. It's a long, long time ago.
I know. Let's see.
It's before he became a commie.
All right. Demonetized. Let's see. Zero says, "Seeing Bruce over 100 times is like 60,000 hours of concert." It's a long concert, right?
It was surprisingly good.
Yeah, it was good. Let's see. Okay. I grew up with G-Bodies, Miller High Life, and Jackal. Pops was a nut back in the day.
Jackal.
Jackal.
For me, it was tango.
Disco traumatized many of us. It might have been different if our folks actually danced. I think your parents danced, didn't they?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, they did. They used to have dance parties at the house.
Oh,
Right?
that's right. That's right.
I heard about them.
Yeah, terrible, black, dark days. It was pretty brutal.
Oh no, James says, I agree. We have parted ways over his political views. Oh, James, I'm sorry. We know what that meant to you. He had every T-shirt, every record. He had records that weren't even like produced. He had like these
bootleg stuff.
bootleg stuff.
Which was
all
really
this-
good, actually.
Yeah,
The
all
bootleg
this
stuff was better
different-
than the commercial stuff. The first two albums were really good. I can't remember the name of them now. The first two were really good. Born to Run was okay, and then it just downhill from there.
Let's see. I can't imagine Uncle Tony obsessing over his hair. When I met him, he had short hair.
Yeah.
I have to make sure he wasn't a Guido.
I had it long, then I had it short, and I had it long, and I had it short. And then, like, the last haircut I got was...
You look good with short hair. You
Yeah,
look
but
really good with short hair.
the last haircut I got was 1997.
You look good. I like it short. Oh, yes. I hear you. Like Reagan used Born in the USA while he had no damn idea what this song was about. Oh, what's that?
Oh, I'm sorry, Al. Olive is a Connie. I love Olive, though.
Let's see. Tonight in Jungle Land, yes.
Oh, that was really good.
It's a good song.
That was really good.
Let's see. Ryan Barkley. Hey, Uncle Tony, do you think a 2015 Dodge Dart would be a good first classic Mopar to learn how to hot rod a car?
No. I think it would probably be the worst choice you could make. No. It's not a Dodge Dart. It's a Fiat. No. No. Do some research on that. There's nothing good there. If you're looking for a good, cheap first Mopar to screw around with, try to find a Neon. They're not around as much as they were, but there's still like a Neon cult following, and guys do a lot of stuff with those cars. But no late model Dodge Dart.
Territory says, Tony, do you think the used car market will continue to slightly go up, or will it flatline this election year?
It has to do with the amount of debt in the system as far as consumers go. And right now, you've got unprecedented levels of consumer debt. It's like the phrase that keeps coming up, and I keep seeing, and I've been using it lately, is doom spending. People are doom spending. They're seeing the handwriting on the wall. They realize, okay, the cost of living has gotten beyond anything that I can manage, and so they're just spending. If they can lay their hands on $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 worth of credit, they're doing that. They're maxing it out, and they're like, I'm just not going to pay. And this is happening more and more and more and more and more. So repos are at an all-time high. Personal bankruptcies are at an all-time high. Credit card lateness is at an all-time high. There's all of these things that are at all-time highs now. So what's the car market going to do? I don't know. I think the collector car market is going to get very, very strong.
Have
Because
you watched Meekum?
I did not watch
Okay.
Meekum. I do know that there was a 71 Demon. Was it a Demon? No, it was a 340 Dust. I don't know. It was a 340 car that went for over $100,000, which, you could say, well, that's a little crazy, right? But
I think it was like 145 or something.
whatever it was.
Something.
How long ago was it that I told
There's
you?
a Hemi Cuda, I think, that sold for like 600,000 or 700,000. Yeah,
I don't
600,000
know.
or 700,000. That's all I saw. I wasn't really paying attention.
I see the market for the high-end cars softening and maybe coming down a little bit, stagnating, maybe coming down. But I see the market for regular, everyday, survivor-type cars. So, a Comet, a six-cylinder Mercury Comet, let's just say. That type of car, just normal, everyday cars. From the 60s and the 70s, I see those things appreciating greatly over the next couple of years.
Okay. Those stupid banks.
And the banks aren't lending. They're denying like everybody for everything right now. This is all happening right now. So everything is up in the air.
Oh, for God's sakes, Tony, what are you actually defending? Olives. Olives is saying. What are you saying, Tony? What are you defending?
I'm not defending anything.
Oh, okay.
No, somebody asked me a question about the car market, and I'm trying to give the answer based on what I see going on economically. I'm not trying to defend
Same thing in the
anything.
housing market right now. Everything's just moving along. Wait, let's see. They're talking to each other. Almost sounds like a scene from Goodfellas. What does? I don't know. So glad my only debt is $1,000 on my credit card. That's good, Jennifer. Okay, 71 Hemi Cuda sold for $600,000 from the Tillman Wellborn collection on Mecum. Right, yeah, that's what I thought. 6 or 7. Dear says they cut hours at my job. I'm still getting 40 hours, but it's a slug currently here. That sucks. I remember, like, you used to be able to work as many hours as you could take. However many hours you wanted to work is what you could get.
Well, they just did one of the surveys, and I believe the number is 38%, just about 40% of all of the corporations, all of the businesses surveyed said that they were planning layoffs for this year. So that's a huge number. And then small businesses, what was the number for the small
I need
business?
another book. Can you hold this?
Yeah, sure.
Knock it over. Okay, thank you. Oh, hi. Hello. Hello, Minnie.
40, the number was either 41 or 49%
Oh, you're a good girl.
of all small businesses surveyed are behind on the rent or having trouble paying the rent. So these are like the current numbers, the current statistics. I mean, I'm not making these up, they're out there. I may be off a little bit because I'm not memorizing numbers or I'm not reading from a script. But that's the current economic climate. So you tell me what the market is going to be. And then on top of that, the average price of a new car is $48,000? The average transaction price for a new car right now is $48,000. $48,000. That's absolutely, completely insane.
I'm having a hard time holding this in the right position. I don't know why. It's giving me a hard time.
Okay.
Let's see. Tony is a madman on floor.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. Scarlet Fire says commercial real estate is crashing. People working from home.
Yeah, commercial. See, and that's the biggest problem is that all of the institutions, all of these banks are heavily invested in the commercial real estate market. So this is a problem. This is a systemic problem.
Okay, so Olive makes a good point. She says the rent is actually too damn high. Who owns the housing and business property? Hedge funds.
Yeah, this is true.
House prices are insane now too. Michael says, yeah.
Shush!
Standing Foot says, what V8 engine will fit in a 99 Dodge Ram pickup to get rid of the computers?
Any small block will bolt right in. Any like 318, 360, 340, 273, any of them will just bolt right in.
Get yourself an older Ranger with a 4-cylinder and a 5-speed, great gas mileage.
No lie, we had one. It was underpowered. Very
dangerous
underpowered.
getting on the highway.
At times it was a little hairy.
And it was dangerous if you had to make a turn. Because it had no pep. Like you stepped on the gas.
Yeah.
It didn't really want to do anything.
It didn't really want to go anywhere. But it was a brutally reliable
Yeah,
truck.
it was very reliable. I drove that forever actually when we moved down here. Don't worry, Tony. You've been there, done that.
Yes, I have. Several times.
Costs are really higher, your dollar is worth less.
Yes.
Yes and yes.
Yes, the dollar has lost approximately 99% of its value since 1913.
My landlord is mom and pop, and I'm a pop landlord with no ma to have to share it with. Curtis is 20. I'm doing my first engine rebuild, 69 440. and I've been watching your videos on the engine home builder. Do you have any off the top of your head pieces of advice for me on this rebuild?
Off the top of my head, I don't, because I don't really know your skill or your expertise level. Everybody's a little bit different, you know. So like advice that would be like simple common sense to one person based on their experience would be, you know, nonsense to one person, and it would be like, wow, that's so insightful to another. So I don't really have any advice off the top of my head.
But she's eating the chair.
Oh no, Winnie, come on.
Winnie has a chewing problem.
Yes.
Hi, Winnie. Hello. Hello. I can't talk if you're on my lap. Okay.
Winnie.
The Oldsmobile diesel was a lemon the day it rolled off the assembly line.
Yeah, it was. I made a lot of money back in the day swapping 305 Chevys into those cars.
Yeah? Let's see. I'm up tonight, guys. The boiler took a dump. Oh, sorry, bro. His name is Bro.
Oh, I thought you were. Sorry, bro.
You remember that time you were talking to me and you called me Bro?
Yep.
And I was like, what did you just call me? He's like, oh, what did I do? Bro. How many of you have done that? Called your significant other bro because you're not paying attention.
Autism.
Oh, yeah, blame it on that, sure. I'm sure other people have done it. Curtis is 26 years old and this is my first muscle car. I've been wrenching on cars for a few years now, but have never rebuilt an older engine.
Well, then it should be a snap for you, man. If you've been wrenching on late model cars, and you know the drill of having to move everything out of the way and organizing things, then all of this is just gonna be a snap for you. It'll be very easy. It's difficult for a guy who only works on older cars to work on something new, but anybody who works on something new to work on something older, it's just like, oh my God, this is just so easy.
Stray Bullet says nobody knew how to work on those Oldsmobile diesels back then.
No, we knew how to work on them. There was just
good
nothing.
Engine people didn't know how to use it.
No, they were just horrible. They made no power. They were miserable engines, cars. So the used car dealers, or the auctions, I should say, were loaded with them. Like, I'm going to say like around 1986, 1987.
He says stop making fun of the Oldsmobile diesel with a mad face.
I'm not making fun of me. I'm telling you like it is. And I would, oh no, she's getting the books now.
I know she is. That's why we're shaking. She's chewing on the...
So,
Yeah.
then when I was doing the magazines during the 80s, like on the weekends, I'd make some extra money by wrenching on cars and shit. And I always had, so waiting for me at home in the garage was always either a 305 with a bad cam or a diesel car that needed a conversion to gasoline. So, and I had both of those jobs down to a science. I did the 305 cam swap in about 4 hours, soup to nuts, and I was able to do that whole conversion with the diesel. The gas tank, all the fuel lines, everything that it took to convert back to gasoline, I did that in a day.
Can you help me?
I can't help you.
Just call them.
She's being swarmed.
Call them.
Winnie, Maggie, Darla, come here, baby. Yes, good girl. Come on. Yes. No, don't eat Darla's head. Darla's a good girl.
Okay, GM Mold making a V5 diesel at one point.
Yeah, it was just a bad deal.
I knew people, Stray Bullet says, I knew people who had those engines, they were reliable. Some Oldsmobile diesels. Billy.
Honestly, I don't have any experience with them other than people bringing those cars in to be swapped back to gasoline.
Stray Bullet says, you didn't give them a chance, exclamation point. Arms up.
It wasn't for me to give them a chance, okay? I'm telling you what the demand was. My next door neighbor, John the fireman, was a car dealer. He constantly assembling. He'd go pick up cars at the auction. He'd buy them really cheap, and then depending on what they were, he'd buy all of the Chevys with bad cams, and he would buy all of the diesel cars because he'd get them dirt cheap, and he left them to me to swap everything over to gasoline. So it wasn't me not giving them a chance. I didn't really care. I didn't have a dog in that fight. All it was, I turned wrenches, and I made money with those things. So.
Bo says, tell it like it is, cousin.
I am telling it like it is.
The later versions were fairly reliable, Ryan Barker said.
Then why did they stop selling them? Why did the market dry up on them?
Torino Elite says, I am a 6.2/6.5 diesel man. People love to hate those two, but you can make them good.
Probably, but see, I'm not a diesel guy, so I can't really. I know as much about diesels as the average person knows about. Typical car person knows about Mopars. You know what I mean? They can spot a Roadrunner, but they can't tell you the differences, the intricate differences between the years or versions of it. And I'm the same way with diesels. I can spot a diesel. I know how they work, but that's really as far as it goes. I couldn't tell you what's a good one, what's a bad one, or what qualities you look for. I don't know.
Stop chewing on the chair. Okay. Matt M says, hey Uncle Tony, check out the fire blanket that FD is reusing when responding to EV fire.
I know.
65-pound fire blanket.
Yep, $5,000 a pop. $5,000 a pop for the fire blankets. And and they don't tell you how many times they can be used.
Here's this UTG YouTube Lone Wolf. Is that you?
Right, the lone wolf, that's it, it's me.
I don't know.
Me and the pups.
Ryan Barker says, many reasons UTG. The public didn't know squat about the diesel, and GM made some major mistakes with the first 5.7.
I remember it was the old diesel, the one that was based on the 307, was it? There was stones. I had one
Stop.
for about a week or two
No.
in a Chevy wagon. And I used it to tow a boat. So this is like 1990 something, right? So sometime in the middle 1990s. And it was miserable. It was. Do you remember that black Chevy station wagon we had? Towed the boat
Sort
with?
of. Yeah, sort of.
It was like 0 to 60 was like you could clock it by the erosion of rocks. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was horrible.
Can you call her, please? She's chewing the books.
Yeah, no, Winnie, stop.
It's a little hectic over here.
You want me? I'll get here. You keep them busy for a minute. Come here. Come on. Get you more chips.
Oh my gosh, you left me again. Okay, everybody. Tony is a lone wolf because he throws everyone underneath the bus. Is that what happens? Okay. Let's see. All right, I'll ask him Meadow as soon as he comes back. OBS Ford Trucks fan or not? He's giving the dogs bones to keep them busy. Let's see. Hey, Tony! In 1986, I rode from Cincinnati to Athens, Ohio, and back in an 84-ish Grand Prix with the diesel.
Here for me.
She's
there
in
she is.
here.
Okay.
She's in here.
Now look, I brought extras.
I have a question from
Yes.
Matt L. Now I have to go find it. Okay, OBS Ford Trucks, fan or not?
What was it?
OBS.
Yeah.
Now I lost it. Ford Trucks, fan or not?
No.
You don't know if you're a fan? Do I like the works of Goya? No. No, I'm not a Goya fan.
They make good vegetables.
No, he's talking about art. Are you talking about the beans or the painter? I'm not a fan of the
They have
painter.
their,
I'm
home,
sure
they
the
have their own
beans are
section in
okay.
the supermarket.
I'm not a big bean fan either. It's so random how those questions come up. How did you even think of that, Zero? Matt L says 1995 F350 with a 460.
Yes. What about
Oh,
it?
you like that?
What about it?
I know, he just asked you a question about Fords. And you were like, I don't know.
But I really don't. I don't have any first-hand experience with them. I don't know.
He doesn't know.
I don't know.
He has no idea. He says, haha, no, not the beans. Sure, they are great. Do you like Goya, Zero? I don't know. I definitely don't like Goya. But you can like Goya.
How can you let somebody like something that you don't?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You don't let me like things that you don't.
Of course I do.
No, you
I
don't.
like tons of things
You make
that I don't like.
faces.
What do you mean I make
You
faces?
make faces.
He's so dramatic.
I still want to know what bothered you about.
Oh my god.
See?
Please, please, please. The artist? Yeah. Goya, the artist. Do you like him, Zero? Beans, the magical fruit. Yeah. Let's see. The artist. Dodge makes tough trucks. Don Knotts. Did Don Knotts say that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I saw this thing.
Where's this conversation going? I don't know.
I saw this thing where they have the 30 worst drivers, or the cars that are responsible, like the insurance companies, put out a list of the 30 worst cars by the percentage of accidents, DUIs, tickets, the whole bit, right? So number one on the list, like by a long shot, right, was Ram trucks, was number one. And then right underneath them, just almost as much was Teslas. Mm-hmm. So Ram trucks, you see a Ram truck or you see a Tesla on the road, you kind of got to get out of the way because they're either drunk or they're going to have an accident.
Yeah?
According to the insurance companies.
Okay. So Zero likes Goya.
The beans or the
artist. He says
Okay.
the artist is
I have no
amazing.
idea.
That's good.
I'm going to look this up.
I'm glad you like Goya.
I'm going to look
I
this
do
up.
not like Frida Kahlo.
Goya.
I mean, I'm really familiar with that stuff, but no, I'm not really a fan. Surrealism just really is not my thing. It was for a little while, but...
Francisco Goya?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean...
Do I like him? Let's see.
Do you like him?
I
really...
mean, I don't know. No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty interesting, I
It's
guess.
okay for the period
What
of
the
time.
fuck is going on there?
I don't know. Right. I do
Okay.
not like Picasso. Absolutely not. No, thank you.
Okay, I like the one where he's trying to
Picasso
make
was
the
a
girl
huge
puke.
thief.
I like that.
Yeah, you like that.
Yeah.
Mm,
Is that a girl or a kid?
I don't know.
Why is he
Picasso
making it
stole
puke?
a lot of work. You like Frida Kahlo's unibrow? Yeah, do you?
Who's what?
Frida Kahlo.
Who's that?
Her unibrow.
I don't know who that is.
She's a Mexican artist.
Oh, she has a unibrow?
Yeah, well,
Nice.
she's dead now.
Oh,
She did have the unibrow.
killed by the unibrow.
No, I don't think that's what killed
It took
her.
over her brain.
No. No. Do you
What
like
do they
green
call
eggs
it?
and ham? Sure, I like eggs and ham.
Zero. What's going
I
on
knew
with
you'd
this?
find the what the fuck of Goya.
I mean, what is going on there with the putting his two fingers down the?
Monet had talent. Yeah, I like the Impressionists and the Expressionists. I like them. I don't really like the German Expressionists. They're a little dark.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I'm out.
Are you out?
I'm tapping out.
The black period is great, Zero says.
The black period?
Everybody likes different art.
Let me see what the black period is. Oh, yeah.
I like the Carol Burnett show, yes. What are you talking? What are you doing, Tony?
I want to see what the black period is.
Oh, I don't know. It's just
But what
not
the
my
fuck is
style.
that?
It's not my thing. I'm not a fan.
Oh, Zero, man. This is nightmare stuff.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Saturn. Yeah, devouring. Right. No, I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan.
Zero, man. How do you sleep at night?
Goya's Gray's portraits of Jesus Christ are sublime and the reference standard for the West. I mean, that's your opinion.
I'm going to click
That's the
off
thing
of
about
this.
art, it's kind of subjective. Art History 101 with Uncle Tony's Garage.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. Nor should it be.
No.
It shouldn't be for everybody. Zero's laughing. You gave me good. This is not art appreciation advice. Zero says I sleep well. That's good, Zero. Blazing Saddles is a damn national treasure. It is. I saw some pretty crazy art. I can't talk about some of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw some pretty crazy art.
I'm very uncultured, and I'll probably stay that way.
I went to Marina
Abramovich.
Yeah, I went to her show
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Did they have it like at a Pizza Hut?
No, I was very disturbed. I was disturbed. And I left. I had to write a paper on it, actually. It's disturbing.
Yeah. We owned an art gallery for a while, and I didn't get it then either.
Art gallery. I am right-brained. Art is not my thing. If you're right-brained, it would be your thing. Right? No, right brain is more technical. Left. No, right brain is art. Left is technical. You know, I don't even know anymore.
It's one
It
side or the
doesn't
other.
matter. It's not that important.
Left brain is technical. Right brain is.
What the Frank is what? Ever see some art that you wanted to glue yourself to? Never. I never want to glue myself to anything. I have to say, the best piece of art I've ever seen is going to sound crazy.
Nothing sounds crazy to me.
It's going to sound crazy. But the Chagalls are beautiful. The Chagalls in the museum. They're very small paintings. And the best I've ever seen, it's so ridiculous for me to say, but Starry Night.
I have no idea what that is.
The Van Gogh painting, Starry Night. It's very small. It's very popular. But if you ever see it in person, it doesn't look anything like what they show. It's so beautiful. The colors are so freaking amazing. It doesn't look like that. He's bringing it up on the computer.
Well, I'm trying to get an idea what it looks like.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm
look
sure it
in
doesn't.
real life. I have to say that I was really stunned by that painting. Because I had seen it. It was all over the place. Like in the 90s, it was everywhere. Everybody had a poster of Starry Night. And I saw it in person. And I was like, it looks nothing like what they're selling in the stores.
Those are UFOs.
No, those are stars.
No, they're flying
They're
saucers.
not flying saucers. If you ever have the chance in your life to go see Starry Night, I suggest you go do it.
Yes, travel thousands of miles. Then your
No,
money.
I saw it in New York City.
Well, then, how many people are in New York City?
Well, I don't know if it's there now. How did I know you mentioned Chagall? I have a rolled poster of Starry Night, and if you want one, but I think you don't. Somebody actually gave me a Chagall.
Oh yeah.
And then I said, oh, that's a Chagall, and they took it back out of my hands. They ripped it out of my hands.
Oh, I thought maybe like a shot of penicillin would take care of that.
No. A Chagall painting. He used to be on Staten Island.
Okay.
And he stayed at Staten Island. Okay, so he's a very famous painter.
Yeah, well, now I've heard the name. 'Cause I've
So
heard you
when
say
I
it.
was in the coffee house, I would talk to this lady that would come in all the time, and she was very nice to me. She bought me shirts. I'm like, okay. So she would always buy me something, and she's like, here, I found this painting in my attic because she knew I was an artist. I'm gonna give it to you. It's just laying. It was in my attic when I bought the house. So I took it and I'm looking
Oh,
at
I
it
remember that.
and I'm touching it, and I'm like, okay, that's paint. It was very small, and I'm like, that's paint. And it's I was like, oh, it's a Chagall, and I was like, but I've never seen this one before. And I'm looking at it and I'm turning it over and I'm looking at the back of it and I'm looking at the canvas and there's a stamp on the back of it. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's oil paint. And I'm looking at the stamp, and I'm looking at the canvas, and I'm like, I think this is a real painting. And I'm holding it in my hands, and she takes both of her hands and she rips it out of my hands and takes it back.
See, sometimes you just gotta keep
I should
quiet.
have kept my mouth shut. It's probably like $1 million painting.
I remember you telling me about this.
It was the craziest experience I've ever had.
remember
I
you
never
telling me
had
about
somebody give me a painting like that and then take it away from me. I need to learn to keep quiet. Right. It was a beautiful painting. It was real. It was a real Chagall. I don't know if she ever did anything with it.
The problem with you and I is that we're both honest to a fault.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I've done the same
once
thing.
I understood that it was a real painting, how could I not say?
Yeah.
It wasn't a real painting. I would have to be quiet.
I know. I've come across the same thing. Hey man, did you know that this is a Hemi car?
Right.
I've done the same thing.
That makes me upset for you, Zach. Yeah. It was a little upsetting, but I understand why she took it back. I don't think I could take it knowing that it was a valuable piece of artwork.
She just wanted to give it to you because it was unvaluable, and as soon
Right,
as
yeah.
she finds out it's valuable,
Yeah. She's like, I moved in and it was in the attic. But he had lived in Staten Island for a while.
Okay.
So apparently he probably gave artwork to people, whoever lived wherever. And when they moved out of the house, they just left it there and she found it. Crazy. Let's see. My favorite poems are dirty limericks. Oh, good. Felix says, did you know this is a Hemi? I can tell from the pixels. What?
No, there have been times in my life that I've gone to look at cars that were more than what they were advertised as, and I'll tell people rather than take advantage.
I should paint gardens and nature more. Maybe I'll paint dogs. We'll see. Yeah, she was an Indian giver, right? It was crazy. Let's see. Tony, you get one Vanishing Point Challenger or Dirty Mary Crazy Larry Charger. Which one do you want?
That's a tough one. Probably the Challenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you have an honesty problem, Olive. Yeah. Indian giver. Yeah. The sea was angry that day, my friends, like an old man sending soup back at a deli. I think I was a little upset.
I remember you telling me about this.
I think I was more
Like when it
blown
happened.
away by the whole experience.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vanishing Point Challenger. The Black Ghost. Did you take the Black Ghost, Tony?
It's a little hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Native American. You can have this unless I still want it. Oh, you should have sold it and split the profit with you. Laugh out loud, only fair. Yeah. Well, considering they really didn't know anything about it, and I probably could have directed them to the right people to look at it. That's why I think, in my mind, they probably just ended up throwing it back in the attic and not do anything with it because they don't know. And why would they really? She believed me enough to take it back, but who knows if she actually did anything with it.
She's probably living on an island someplace.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, she's got her palm trees and,
This is 20 years ago. I don't know. I don't know. There once was a man from Manas.
family show.
Yeah. I like the one Charger with the custom front grille that slants down. Forgot the movie.
Can't think of it.
Zero says disclaimer, I'm a proud Native American, so there. Very good. Let's see. Speaking of challenges, where's the e-buddy video? You had some e-buddies in a recent video, so you have some e-buddies to talk about. You had e-buddies in a recent video?
Well, John's got 2 of them.
Oh, right, yeah.
There's trust me, there's like e-body overload coming probably in the spring, but we got to get there first.
Mm.
My buddy, the guy John, who owns the shop that we're moving into, has a couple of them. And one of them is going to be a Hellcat swap, and the other one is a small block that I built like 15 years ago, that going into a Challenger. So there'll be lots of e-body stuff coming soon.
Andy Hansen just texted me and asked me if we're getting snow.
Ah, yes.
Yes. Don't be on the side of getting your feelings hurt so long as there's no malintent. Suck it up. My feelings aren't hurt.
This is 20-something years ago.
Yeah. I was laughing. Tell me a story.
You believe that? So this is 2004.
I know.
We got it at the coffee house in 2001.
Mm.
So that's 23 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, a long time ago. I wonder if she's still alive. She was older then. She had to be like 60. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Long time ago. I hope she gave it to her kids.
I think we're at that point of life now where we know more dead people than live people.
I don't know. Not necessarily.
Well, you think about it. Anybody, you go back to New York, anybody who was like in their 60s or their 70s back then, well, I mean, the odds are they're dead.
Maybe. So? And? Okay.
Just making conversation.
It's making morbid conversation. Tony, did you ever have a Green Hornet car?
An Imperial? Yeah, there's been an Imperial. You got to remember, you got to go back to like the late 70s, the 80s, and we had we had so many freaking cars. Like I could say no, we didn't have one, and then after I say it, I'll remember. Oh wait, no, we had this and we had that. I'm sure there have been an Imperial or two along the way.
We're 2 hours in, you know.
Oh, we really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. We have to stop this immediately, if not sooner.
You think so?
Probably.
Okay. Zero has to look at more Goya.
Dude, that's crazy stuff. That's crazy stuff.
Yeah, no, that's the Saturn devouring. No,
That's like the
Goya.
Gigi Allen of like paintings, man.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff in there. No, Zero. Maybe you should look at something happy.
I guess I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know art. Like I really don't.
Zen, maybe. I don't know. Something nice. I don't know.
I don't know art.
Something soothing.
Let's get out of here. That's soothing.
Okay.
Okay. So, guys, thank you for hanging out tonight. Everybody contributed super chat. Thank you so much. Always appreciated. Never expected, but always appreciated. Everybody contributed with just your presence and your conversation. We equally appreciate you. Genuinely love you guys. Zero, Fubar, Ari, Mexican Spec. I don't know who was here and who wasn't tonight. I don't know. Doesn't matter. You're always here. Our amazing
I don't think Ari was
mods.
here.
Oh God, what did I want to talk about? I don't know what I want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about anything, honestly. just to say thank you. And we'll be live with Kiwi on Wednesday night, as always. I don't have anything spectacular or interesting lined up for this week. I don't think. No, I do. I have an interesting video that I'm going to do probably tomorrow or the next day. About a clone done right. And that's it. Anything you want to say?
No,
That's it. Done. You're done. You're all talked out.
I am.
All right. So we're going to pull the plug, and we'll see you guys like next Sunday, yeah? Or Wednesday. See
You're
you
gonna
Wednesday.
see them Wednesday.
I'll see them Wednesday. I see them Sunday. I see you all the time.
If you're not snowed in, well, you're gonna have to probably do it.
We'll do a StreamYard. All right, guys. Make this stop now, Kat.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.